This is Midrash Tanchuma, Parshat Naso, and this is entitled Why Each of the Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessings, need an antidote. So I once heard this beautiful interpretation from Rabbi Saul Berman, who said if you go through the brachot that the Kohen blesses us with, in Israel it's every day, and in the diaspora it's only on the holidays. If you go through them, each blessing has an antidote. Let's go through them. Yivarechecha. So many Mefarshim say that's talking about material wealth. And what happens? What is the danger of the material wealth? Well, just think about people who win the lottery and end up penniless and divorced and lonely. So people sometimes, if they get too much wealth, it causes all kinds of issues, and you need to be protected from the power of getting this money. So that's why you have Yishmarecha, right? Yivarechecha Hashem v'Yishmarecha. God should guard you from any ill effects of getting this prosperity or material wealth. The next one is Yo'er Hashem panav elecha, that God should bestow His light, which many Mefarshim say is talking about spiritual light, growth and learning in Torah. That too can be a danger, because some people get Torah knowledge and they don't know that they have to share it. It goes to their head. They think they're holier than thou. So what do you need after that? So v'yichuneka come from the word chinuch, which means education, that you should know that you should teach other people. That's what you should do. You need this blessing to make you aware that anything you learn, you need to teach and give over to other people. And the last bracha, which is a bracha for the entire Jewish people, Yisa Hashem panav elecha, means that the Jewish people should get special treatment. That God should give preference to the Jewish people. But what is the problem with that? You could, if the Jewish people are perceived by other nations to have preferential treatment, that could cause anti-Semitism. So what do you need? You need the bracha of Yasem Lecha Shalom, that there should be peace. There should be peace and harmony among all the nations. Okay, so now the Midrash brings up another very interesting point, which I'd like to connect with this idea. And that is, it's very interesting that you have in the story of Yosef and Potiphar, right? Do you remember after Yosef was sold, he was working for Potiphar, and Potiphar, it seems, according to Midrash, noticed that Yosef always used to be mumbling under his breath. He said, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? He says, I'm talking to God, I'm thanking God. Now Potiphar found this very puzzling. As a pagan, he just couldn't understand this concept. How could there be a God that you can't see? So Yosef tried to give him an answer. He said, if you try to look at the sun, you can't see it either. God created the sun. So the question is, was that satisfying? It seems not. And God actually decided He's going to intervene and literally help Potiphar see God. How is that so? So the Midrash says that God told Yosef, Bishvilcha ani nigla elav. In your honor, Yosef, I'm going to reveal myself to Potiphar. Now, what does that mean? There's some Mefarshim actually say that he had a dream or sensed the Shekhinah, but just literally what the Midrash says is something very interesting, because the Midrash always does something very creative in the way it looks at the psukim in the Torah. So you have this pasuk that says, Vayar Adonov ki Hashem ito, and he saw that God was with him. V'chol asher hu oseh Hashem matzliach b'yado. Right? Because whatever he does, he succeeded. Whatever Yosef did, it was successful. So Vayar means he saw. And that's exactly what Hashem promised him. In other words, Hashem made the circumstances such that Potiphar, as if he saw what happened, that there is a Jewish God who is pulling the strings for Yosef and making everything work out for him. It became so blatantly obvious to him. So that's how God fulfilled His promise to Yosef, and even let this pagan who could not picture there being a God without seeing it actually see a God. So we said before that each blessing needs a antidote in order to help you appreciate and have awareness that you got these blessings from God. So if you want to connect these two ideas, you could say that if you could possibly look at your blessings as if you saw God, just like Potiphar did, so you would have more awareness, because if you looked at these blessings as if this was God's calling card that He left behind to you, then you too can see God in all your blessings Maybe you won't need that antidote so much. Wish you a great Shabbat.